Hey, it's Coach Mac, playfastfootball.blogspot.com. Today we're going to talk a little bit about play action passes off the jet sweep. The jet sweep for us is something in our offense that we use as a way to get the perimeter, attack the edge of the defense. It helps us space the defense out to give us some better vertical running lanes. All right, we're trying to get some of our best players the ball in space. Okay, so in part of our packages with the jet sweep, all right, we have to have some ways to control some safety rotation and their run fits. So we're going to talk a little bit about building play action passes into the jet sweep game. First thing I'm going to talk about is how we can run some of our base drop back concepts off the jet sweep action, okay, without really having to change much in our game. It'll be our same three-man combinations with our same protection, all right, and it'll be the same teaching for everybody involved, just coming off of motion. Got it drawn up to one of my favorites to run a jet out of. It's 2x2 with a sniffer. All right, instead of being in the pistol back here, we put a tailback or a fullback up in the sniffer position. Okay, so it allows us to get the sniffer out on the edge for the jet. It allows us to use him in the quarterback run game. And now in the passing game, it's going to allow us to use him in protection. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at is bringing, for us, this would be X, H, Y, Z, and that would be, all right, the T position. We normally use a fullback in there, but it's still the T position on paper in our offense, which allows us to use protection rules the same way. All right, so we're going to bring the H like we would in jet motion. Okay, we're going to bring the H across. Now, when we get into the passing game, what that's going to allow us to do is that's going to allow us to make the H the number 3 receiver in our normal drop back progressions. Okay, it's going to give us jet sweep action. It's going to give the flat, hard motion across to let the defense see jet sweep, but it's also going to give us a third guy to the front side so we can use the T in protection. So let's just say we wanted to run standard curl slot. Okay, we would run curl by number 1, we would run spot by number 2, and now off the jet action, okay, we get play action here with a flat route coming from the jet receiver, backside post there. Okay, so this would be our standard curl, spot, flat combination that's in our 5-step drop passing game to begin with. So we haven't taught anything new to our players. Okay, it's still curl by 1, spot by 2, flat route, bubble by 3 now. Okay, in our protection, if we were seeing a 7-man front too high, okay, we would use what we call stay protection with the tailback. He would double read, so the front side would be big on big. The center would turn away and set the zone side here, all right, making, all right, the defensive lineman, the offensive lineman would be accountable now for the down 2 and the will. We would make the quarterback accountable for the Mike and the Sam along with the tailback. So this tailback in the sniffer position, he would double read inside to outside Sam linebacker, making it hot if both of those linebackers were to blitz. Okay, so if we were seeing 2 high structures, 7-man fronts, state protection, using the tailback as a double read player with the quarterback, all right, and then if both of these players blitz and it becomes hot, we still have built-in spot to flat, all right, bubble, hot swing right now built in for the quarterback. So off the play action, if he gets hot, we can still throw it hot in our standard drop back, all right, passing game rules off of play action. Okay, now, if you were getting 8-man fronts, 1 high structures, okay, if you were getting 8-man fronts, 1 high structures now, all right, within our rules, we have it, the ability to account for that. If we were getting some type of 8-man fronts here, all right, and we were worried about maybe off, you know, some teams that we played, off the side that you jet from, they like to bring an extra guy so that you can't run counter coming back. They like to try and play a guy maybe on a quarterback, bend and end inside. Teams are going to react to the jet a lot of different ways, so you have to be able to handle that. So if you get 1 high structures and you get 8-man fronts and you're worried about the backside, maybe they can bring 4 from the backside. What you can do now is you can make a tough call, okay, and for us a tough call would put the tailback on the backside of the protection, making the quarterback accountable for the same front side, inside to outside linebackers. But now because the tailback is backside with a tough call, the quarterback knows that if either one of these backers blitz, he's got to throw the ball hot. We've got built in, all right, spot to hot swing, all right, so we can take care of our blitzes and handle that at any time. So within our base protection rules, we have a system that we can protect if we get 7-man fronts or 8-man fronts. All right, we can keep the T on the front side with the stay call if it's a 7-man front. If they go to 1 high 8-man fronts and we're worried about maybe them being able to bring 4 off the backside of motion and getting the quarterback killed, we can bring the T back with a tough call. Okay, so we can do any of those things in protection, and it works right into and right along with our standard drop back passing game. All right, another one we like to run. All right, next thing within our drop back passing game, we like to run a lot of 3-man scat, 3-man snag stuff. Okay, so off of play action, we like to run a lot of 3-man scat, a lot of 3-man snag stuff. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take 1, we're going to bring him in to run the snag route. All right, here we're going to take 2, and we're going to run the corner route. We're going to take 3. All right, we're going to bring him in motion, jet sweep. We're going to make it hot swing here. All right, if it's too high, we're going to go back to our state protection rules, and we're going to leave the tailback inside to outside backer. Him and the quarterback will be responsible for those 2. And now we have 3-man snag on the front side. Okay, 3-man snag on the front side here. All right, snag, corner, hot swing. Right back into our basic 5-step dropbacks. Curl flat, snag, 3-man snag are going to be 2 of our most prevalent drop back concepts. So now we've built play action passes into our drop back concepts, along with our drop back concepts, all right, with our same base protection rules up front. So we're adding play action looks off the jet sweep, building it into our normal protection rules, building it into our normal drop back progression. So now when we add the play action, we're not necessarily adding brand new plays. All right, we're not adding brand new plays. We're just adding and building off of concepts we already have. Very important as a no-huddle up-tempo team that you try and, when you add, try and build off of concepts you already have so that you can continue to play fast. All right, you don't want to add a lot of play-action passes and all of a sudden they have brand new protections or brand new routes, and you got to come up with new verbiage for play calls or protection because it slows your kids down a little bit. Okay, you can get away with that every once in a while, and sometimes we will to take advantage of a certain coverage. All right, but when you're building play action into your passing game, try and build it off of what you already have established as your foundation. Okay, another one we like, all right, and especially off of play action, depending on the type of rotation that you're getting. Okay, all right, is we like to run the snag with a shake route from inside here. So we'll go corner, back to post on a shake route, all right? So we'll run the snag concept with a shake tag, all right? And if we get any 2 high structures, quarter structures, as long as they don't spin hard to the middle, all right? If they're going to spin hard and drop him down, then we like different theories. If they're going to stay with the 2 high structure, and this guy's going to be a hard run player, and he's going to be a guy in quarters that is reading off the release of 2, now when 2 goes vertical, we'll bring 2 to the corner, back to the post, and it makes it real tough on that safety now. All right, it makes it real tough on that safety. He should understand, all right, that he'll probably get help on the corner from his corner, all right, but we're banking that he overplays the corner out because 2 release vertical, and now when he overplays the corner out, we can bring the shake, all right, right back under. Okay, so that, again, built-in concept we already run, 1 tag to run shake off a snag. It's already built in, not a lot of change for our offense or our players. Okay, next thing we like to do if we are seeing a lot of spin, all right, or a lot of drop down spins, all right, if we are seeing a lot of spin down here with a spin to the middle there, okay, what we like to do is we like to run a flood concept. We'll take number 1, all right, and we'll run number 1 and take the top off. We'll run number 2 on the 10 to 12 yard out, and now we'll get a flood concept on the spin down player. If the spin down player likes to roll down hard aggressively to the jet sweep, all right, now what will happen is we'll try and get him leveraged high and low, all right, with the 12 yard out and the snag route, and it's already a built-in, okay, Y sail, flood, all right, whatever concept you'd like to call it, all right, it's already built into our drop back passing game. We've got a clear out, we've got an out cut, okay, and we've got hot swing. If you get a team that likes to play hard cover 2 because of the jet, okay, if you like a team that likes to play hard cover 2 because of the jet, maybe they want a guy up here that they think can force the run, all right, well now all of a sudden off your release off the play action, if you get a clean outside release here and this corner doesn't turn and bail with it, now off the play action, you may be able to get the quarterback to throw that ball in the hole there. All right, so you may be able to get that hole shot and cover 2 out here, all right, if there's a hard corner trying to force, hard up in the flat trying to force the jet sweep. Okay, so those are three simple concepts that we can build in with protection, stay calls or tough calls, depending on how many high there are and how many fronts, how many guys there are in the front, and how many they can pressure. If we're getting 8-man fronts, we can use the tough call to put the tailback backside. If we're getting too high 7-man fronts, we can use stay and double read off inside outside linebacker. Simple concepts, okay, curl spot, 3-man snag, flood, all simple concepts that come off of our base 5-step package, so it's no new teaching for our players. Now, if you want to have play action in and you want to get some shots down the field, okay, in other words, they're aggressively, they overplay the jet, and you want to have some things in to give them, all right, get that defense to loosen up a little bit, get them not to roll as hard or invert as hard on some of the jet stuff, and get them to honor the length of the field and get them to honor the horizontal stretch of the field, okay? What you can do now, all right, is you can have two simple theories, all right? You can go shallow cross, all right? You can go dig by 2. Now you can go post by 1. All right, you can bring X across under here on the shallow. And now what we like to do, if we're going to try and stretch the field horizontally and take a shot down the field, now what we're going to do is we're going to tag this H to stay in protection. Okay, we're going to tag this H to stay in protection after the jet sweep fake. And now what we'll do is we will fully turn the line here. We will put the tail back in the C gap right now. Okay, and then after the jet fake, we will have, all right, the H player take the D gap now and give us a 7-man protection. Again, why do we like to do that? All right, two main reasons. If I want to stretch the defense, okay, if I want to stretch the defense vertically, okay, vertically over the top now, okay, not horizontal, all right, my fault saying horizontal before, I don't mean east and west, I mean vertically over the top now. If I want to go vertically over the top of the defense to take a shot to soften up, okay, some of the spins that we're getting here, or maybe the hard aggressive quarters robber safety play here, all right? If I know I'm getting quarters or robber, and I know I can hold this safety with the release of number 2 vertical, all right, what I can do off the play action is I can slow him down a little bit, all right? And now what I can do is I can take and play his coverage to my advantage. If I know that he's going to play 2 vertical, and I run and snap 2 on a dig, if I can get this safety here, all right, now off the play action, I can take a shot one-on-one versus the corner over the top. Okay, so if I know that I'm getting quarters or robber, and this kid is an active player in the run game, one of the ways to slow him down to help my jet sweep out is I have to play action off him. So if I know he's a quarters or a robber guy, and I know he likes to get down in the run game, I can hold him with the 2 vertical release, snap the dig off, and see if I can get him to drive the dig. If he doesn't want to drive the dig and he just wants to bail out here, now it simply becomes high-low, shallow cross dig on the linebacker level. Okay? All right, so it serves a lot of purposes. Again, go to 7-man protection, because if you're trying to take a shot down the field over someone's head, you want to make sure the quarterback is on his feet. Even if we don't complete this pass, if we show that we can go play action with the post over the top, that's got to affect the mindset of that safety a little bit. He's got to be sure that number 2 is blocking on a jet sweep before he can really fly down there, because he doesn't want to get beat over his head. Okay? The next thing you can do off the same route concept, if you're getting 1-high structures, okay, and sometimes you'll get 1-high structures with teams that really love to run the free safety in the alley, all right, and aggressively sometimes overplay. I've seen some teams on film with the jet stuff, they will really hard run that free safety to the alley, all right, they'll take the 8-man front and they'll play this guy a little bit wider here, and they'll get him up and attack this blocker right now on a jet, and they'll try and run hard through the alley with that free safety. All right, what you can do off of the shallow cross concept now is you can tweak it just a little bit now. Okay, and now what you can do is you can make the 2 run the skinny post here. You can let the 1 run the dig here, and then on the backside you can go post corner on the backside there. Now, what that allows you to do is it allows you to take advantage. If this kid is really hard trying to fill the alley, now you've got a chance to get the ball vertically over his head to slow him down to the skinny post by 2. If he's a center field player, okay? And maybe he's just a guy that likes to roam deep, okay? Well, now what happens is off the jet sweep action, now you have a chance with him, all right, with number 2 running the skinny and taking the safety out. Now you have a chance to possibly snap the dig in the window between the Mike and the strong safety. Now, if the strong safety is an outside leverage player on the jet, you got a chance to throw the dig in the window between the Mike and the strong safety, okay? The other option is anytime it's one high with jet sweep action, even if the free safety is a deep middle of the field player, even if he's not running the alley or if he's not favoring the side of the jet, it really doesn't matter. If it's one high, you will always assure man-to-man concepts on the backside with that post corner. So if you're getting a one high team and you're really not sure what that free safety is going to do, you don't know if he's going to run the alley hard, you don't know if he's going to honor the side of the jet fake it, or if he's just going to kind of straight backpedal deep in center field, okay? Well, one way, if you've got a good X or a good receiver on the outside, one way you can assure up a man-to-man matchup is one high, the post corner route, okay? I don't care if this is cover 3, 1 free, don't care what the coverage is. If it's one high in the middle, this is going to become man-to-man on the post corner all day long, okay? So the post corner on the backside, all right, switching the dig and the post on the front side gives you a one high concept now where you can take advantage. You've got a shot to take deep if this guy's a runner, okay? If this guy's just a hanger and you can't get by him deep, you have a shot at the dig, okay? If your X is a good player, you have a shot to go one-on-one on the backside corner. With jet motion away from him and a one high safety structure, you'll always get one-on-one coverage on the backside, okay? So I think some of the things you got to look at first going in is how do teams play the jet? How do they handle a jet? What's their rotation? How do they force the ball? Okay. Can you run the jet now and build base drop back concepts in? All right. Just by running the jet and bringing 3 to a side, we can run curl flat, we can run 3-man snag, we can run front side flood. So now we've got all drop back concepts built in off the jet sweep action. All right. So we've got all natural teaching progressions for our quarterback and our lineman and our tailback. We don't have to teach them anything new. Okay. If you have something drawn in that week to take a shot, all right, again, taking a shot is good as long as the ball comes out of the quarterback's hands. If you complete the home run, that's great. If you throw the home run, all right, and maybe it gets picked off by a hanging safety, as long as you can tackle him, not that big of a deal. You still put the threat in their mind, and the following 2 weeks or 3 weeks of film exchange, you put the threat in people's mind, and off the jet, you can throw the long ball. Okay? If you're getting single high structures, post corner to the backside, okay, play games with the backside corner. You can then, if you want to, all right, kind of off the post stem, or you can go vertical here and bring a comeback route. You can play a lot of games off the backside corner with your X, all right, because I think this basically all the time is going to get you one-on-one situations versus single high safeties, okay? So again, game planning is crucial. How do they play the jet? How do they spin? What's their rotation? How aggressive are their safeties? So each week off your jet stuff, you can build in what you like in play action, okay? Maybe one week you love curl slide off play action because of the way they defend a jet. Maybe one week you love 3-man snag. Maybe one week you run flood, okay? Maybe one week you absolutely love, all right, if they're a quarters team, you love post dig with shallow. Maybe if they're a one high team, you love skinny dig with post corner, okay? Again, plays to protect plays, protecting the jet sweep with play action passes, making the defense honor the long ball down the field, all right? All things that you have to do within a game plan as an offense if you want to attack the whole field. You start off with the jet and attacking the field with width, okay? Then you come back by attacking with width. You're going to open some vertical running lanes, and then you defend yourself in your offense by coming off the jet with play action passes so that guy can't just fly to the jet all over the field. Okay, plays to protect plays, concepts within your offense that allow you to play fast, concepts that are already built into your teaching progression. Okay, it's a way for you to develop an explosive offense, and really this is one package. 2x2 with a sniffer, we've got jet sweep, we've got jet sweep power read, we've got jet sweep quarterback counter, all right, and now you tie in play action passes off it, and now you have a 6 to 8 play package that you can run all the time with your kids. You can run it up tempo, all right, you can run those 6 or 8 plays as fast as you possibly want, week in and week out. They all protect each other. You're attacking with, you're attacking vertically, you're attacking away from the motion, and now you're attacking with play action passes. All right, great concept for 2x2 spread teams, great concept if you got a good jet guy and a good quarterback run. Great concept if you got an X that's a solo. All in all, if all your players are average players, okay, it's still a great package to have because it gives you the balance that you need to attack defenses. All right, keep in mind whenever thinking about offensive concepts, you got to keep in mind, keep it similar to what you already do. Don't add brand new plays with a ton of new terminology. Keep things consistent in your teaching so you can play fast. Your kids won't play well until they play fast.